Today I am telling you the top 10 survival foods to buy at your grocery store. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we put up new videos. Hello, I am Tara, the author of the Dining on a Dime cookbook, where you can eat better, spend less. We have a new hardcover with full color pictures and over 1,200 recipes and tips to help you save money on your grocery bill. Check it out at livingonadime.com. All right, guys, today we're talking about the top 10 survival foods to buy at your grocery store. Now, this is any grocery store across the country. Shouldn't be too hard to do. And what I would do is work your way up to a year's worth of food for each person in your house. You're going to say, whoa, that's too much. Listen, work your way up. And here's the thing. People keep saying, well, what are we prepping for? I don't understand what we're prepping for. Right now, it's just a couple of weeks before the elections in 2020. This is probably the craziest election we have ever had. Probably not, but seems like it is, at least in my lifetime. And the thing is, you don't know what is going to happen. You don't know if there's going to be riots. You don't know if there's going to be a run on the grocery store like there was when the supposed pandemic started. You don't know if there's going to be floods. Right now in Colorado, we're in the middle of forest fires. They're really super bad. So you just have no idea when your food supply is going to be interrupted. And here's the thing. I saw in another video somewhere a quote, and it's the person who said it, his name was Knife Collector, but I guess he collects knives. But he said, if I am wrong, I can eat my mistake. But if I am right, what will you eat? You might think about that. That's the thing, guys. Everybody says, well, what are you prepping for? I don't get it, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to hurt anything to stock up on foods that you already normally eat. These are all foods that people normally eat all the time. Hurricane, tornado, and you might say, well, if I have a tornado just completely wipe out my house, what good's that going to do me? Well, yeah, that's right. But what actually happens is usually your house isn't the house that gets wiped out. You are the one who is without power, but still has your house. And so you could have power for weeks. We were in Kansas. We had an ice storm one time and we were without power for like 10 days or 2 weeks. Okay, what are you going to do in that situation? You need to have a plan for these things. All right, so here are the top 10 foods you can get at any grocery store that will help you survive almost any situation. Number 1, rice. I know there's a reason why everybody says rice, because it's super easy. Now, I would suggest you get some minute rice and some regular white cooking rice. Do not get brown rice. Brown rice will go rancid from the oils in there. White rice will last several years. I would also get some minute rice so that all you have to do is boil some water and add it to the rice so that you don't have to cook the rice if for some reason you don't have fuel or a way to cook your rice. Beans. Same thing with beans. I would get some canned beans and some dry beans. Dry beans will last for a really super long time, but you do have to soak them for 12 to 48 hours and then cook them for 1 or 2 hours. But canned beans, you could just open up, serve them right there, make you a salad. Well, not necessarily a salad, but make you some beans and rice, whatever you're able to have. I guess I was thinking putting them on a salad if you happen to have a garden. Then you can have a nice meal and you don't have to worry about cooking your beans necessarily in an emergency. Spices. This includes salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, cinnamon, cumin, Italian seasoning. Don't go crazy on the spices. Just get a few. I only have like 5 or 6 different spices. That's it. I don't have this huge plethora of spices because you're not going to need it. Now, of course, if you already have spices in your cabinet, use those up. But for long-term prepping type storage, just get 5 or 6 different spices. Dry milk. I prefer dry milk over boxed milk or canned milk. It's easier to store. It takes less room. I just think it's a little bit more convenient. But if you want to get box milk, Dollar Tree has box milk for $1. That is the cheapest place I've ever found it. Canned milk, if you get evaporated milk, remember, part of the water is evaporated out. So you're going to need to add water to reconstitute part of the milk. So don't go and think, well, there's not that much milk in here. Well, yeah, you have to add the water back into it. And usually most evaporated milk, it's half water, half milk is what you need to do. Cooking oils. Yes, cooking oils give you the fat and calories that you need to help keep going. So I would get a Crisco, a coconut oil. Those two last the longest. In a survival situation, you're not going to care if you're eating your Crisco or your avocado oil. This is not for maintaining an organic, vegan, healthy lifestyle. You're going to have to eat to sustain life, okay? So you can't be worrying about all these specialty things when you really just need your food to survive, okay? Canned meat. Your canned chicken, your canned roast beef, your Spam, your canned pork, anything like that would really add to the flavor of your food. Now, that's not necessarily a necessity if you have canned beans, but it would be nice and add to the flavor and taste. Canned fruit, same thing. Not necessarily a necessity, but it would be something fun to be able to eat, kind of break up the monotony of it if you had some canned or dried fruit. Coffee and tea. Once again, not a necessity, but it would be nice to have a little pick-me-up in the middle of a crisis. I would get at least a little bit of coffee and tea to have on hand in that situation. Noodles. Noodles are super easy to cook. You don't have to have anything on them for you to eat them. If you want to get some marinara sauce to go with your noodles, go ahead, but you could just do some oil and garlic powder, and onion powder, and a little bit of salt. And that would be a great way to make some noodles that would be filling without a lot of work. And then sugar and honey or candies. So sugar and honey, you can use it to make breakfast meals with your oatmeal or your rice, whatever, grits, whatever kind of grain you want to get, because you don't necessarily have to just get rice. You could get grits, you could get oatmeal, anything like that. Rice just lasts the longest, but you need to have some type of grain. And if you have your sugar and honey, you can add that to sweeten it to get a little flavor. It also gives you energy and calories to help you with that. Along with that, I would probably get some sort of hard candies to keep on hand just for a little bit of a treat. I know that makes, I think, 11 things after that, but that would give you a little bit of a treat in really stressful times. It might help just to kind of take the edge off for a minute or two at least. So that is my basic beginner survival foods, guys. I have a free printable livingonadime.com for $5 a week stockpile. You can go check it out. It's a free printable. I'll leave a link in the description below and up here in the cards. Also, don't forget to check out our Dining on a Dime cookbook. I have a free ebook copy of that you can get. Use the coupon code DINING1, hit apply. Don't use spaces, and make sure you're ordering the ebook. And you can have our Dining on a Dime cookbook volume 1 for free at our website on livingonadime.com. I hope that helps you guys get started. We will see you guys next time.